Stretched over 20 square kilometers is the Onne oil and gas free zone, the only free zone in the world to focus exclusively on the oil and gas industry, located in the garden city of Harcourt, River State. Complete with an oil service center, fire service center, a heliport, and a jetty area, the Onne trade zone provides investor-friendly incentives such as zero corporate taxes and 100% import and export tax exemption. It is designed to be a one-stop shop for the 150 companies already operating in the zone.
What we are offering, the free zone is offering to an investor, is a business opportunity. They have the facility are existing, both for port and camp facility. Depend which type of service the investor intends to develop. We have here at Onne the 7 major producing companies: NNPC, Shell, ExxonMobil, Chevron, Agib, Total, Sinopec, Petrobras, Afrem, and so. And you have already 200 service companies. Any investor has to come, visit the place, study the market. If they want to join the Nigerian economy that is growing and will be one of the best 20 economies in the world, they are welcome to invest.
River State basically is any investor's first choice when it comes to oil and gas. One, because it's a city that has almost everything that's required. We have 2 airports here. We have an international airport and a local airport. We have about 3 ports and a combination of a lot of islands that are, doubling as ports. So there's quite a lot of opportunity that's in Port Harcourt. Besides, it is a place where there is a lot of friendliness. There's a lot of good neighborliness, and with those kind of backgrounds, it's easy for Port Harcourt to attract any investor to come into Port Harcourt River State.
With a GDP of about $30 billion, River State's economy is larger than several African countries. The states account for 60% of Nigeria's gas reserves and 40% of its crude oil deposits. Over 250 local and foreign exhibitors and delegates from the Middle East, Asia, Europe, and the United States stormed the first ever Nigeria Oil and Gas Trade and Investment Forum at the Onne Free Trade Zone.
The forum is here at Onne because at Onne, maybe you don't know, but you have the biggest oil and gas free zone in the world. And automatically, the minister and us invited all the authority and all the investors to come and see the business opportunity Nigeria and Onne can offer them. I knew about the free zone activities around 1990. I visited a lot of free zones in the world. The biggest free zone in the world is Jebel Ali in Dubai, but it's a commercial. I decided to develop together with the government, Nigerian Port Authority, Free Zone Authority at Onne, because Onne is in the middle of West Africa. You have a lot of activity, exploration, production, refinery, and so, and you have deep water activity, the second largest activity in the world. For this reason, it's a natural place where to build a base to support the oil industry. Having in 1996 a law that is giving incentive to the investor, and now there are coming more and more investors. In addition, in 2010, Mr. President approved the local content law that is forcing all the investors to produce and to employ people here in Nigeria.
The fact that River State continues to be the headquarters of the oil and gas investment in Nigeria is because of the quantity of oil we produce and the infrastructure, the oil infrastructure that exists in River State. The other states are virtually new, apart from Cross River, and even Delta is new. So we have the infrastructure here, we have not just the manpower, we have the population, and we have the capacity to be able to host such a conference. And I'm delighted with the turnout, huge turnout, and one is impressed with the investors that have come in. I just spoke to a company that has fire trucks, and I said, when did you come? He said, this year. And they're building a maintenance yard for maintenance of tractors and all that, and then the importation and possible construction of fire trucks, fire tenders. So that alone is foreign direct investment. If this place was not conducive for such investment, people won't come in. And I'm sure that, like he told you, he started this year and it's already constructing and they're expanding. We'll continue to have such investment as Nigeria economy continues to be driven by oil and gas.
The surge of investments in the oil and gas sector has continued to yield success stories, with a total of about $6 billion raised since its establishment in 1996. The zone has since attracted many of the major oil field operators who recognize the advantages that the free zone provides. The River State government is confident that the incentives provided at the Onne trade zone will result in a steady flow of foreign direct investments.
We are investing over $150 million just in a place where we can fix and repair any kind of vehicles in a proportion with what we are doing with our duty. For sure is a huge investment. It's not existing in all Africa. It's obvious that I don't think that I need to add or make some propaganda for the investors that are looking Nigeria, because it's obvious that Nigeria is one of the countries in the world that are keeping a huge potentiality, not only for the oil, but for the fact that the people are growing, and of course the middle class is growing. This means that everything, all the tools, all the goods, all the products will be needed soon in Nigeria in a large volume. And of course there are a lot of benefits. Nigeria was just looking at just creating an area where the private section can work, free to work, giving them the benefits to release some tax. And of course, this is attracting the investor because we don't pay tax on the capital that we are investing.
As part of a government-supported public-private partnership initiative, the various government institutions at the Onne trade zone have been working with the private sector to boost the state's productivity. Through these partnerships with the Free Zone Authority, Ministry of Trade and Investment, DMS International Limited, to name a few, the Onne Oil and Gas Free Zone has supported the growth of local contact in the oil industry, which is translated into job creation and economic growth.
The River State government, first of all, has already made things possible for Billview Energy by creating opportunities where we interface with even the government. Other than a one-stop shop that is the oil and gas free zone, where you come in, you can have your ESTA codes, your taxes, your registrations, everything processed. We also enjoy, the relative peace that we have. To that extent, Billview Energy is already employing staff in the local area. We are employing, we are paying. So long as our businesses are working, we are not owing salaries. So that, of course, is adding to the growth of the local economy and therefore creating part of the peace that's now being enjoyed in the Niger Delta.
There are different companies, over 100-something companies, that have employed a lot of people that do business here. So one benefit the country is deriving from here is the huge employment opportunities that exist here beyond the economic growth that it creates. So you will feel delighted that as it expands and as it grows, as more companies come, so they will create more opportunities. You don't create jobs without creating wealth. So as you create wealth, you create jobs.
Onne Oil and Gas Free Zone today is the largest and fastest growing oil and gas transit and supply base in the world. The initiative has proved popular so far and is expected to play an important role in meeting the River State government's target of attracting an additional 100 foreign direct investors into the state by the year 2015. Following the success of the inaugural Oil and Gas Trade and Investment Forum and the growing investment in the Onne Oil and Gas Free Trade Zone, River State is fast becoming the preferred destination for investors in the oil and gas sector.